This is a closed circuit to those people that listen to the Rational Boomer podcast. I guess I have to just say it. I fucked up. Yeah, I did. I fucked up. I got a heads up from listener Mike, and he said, dude, much as I love your show, I don't want to hear the same thing twice. I said, what do you mean? He said, you posted part 2 in the first part and then reposted part 2 in the second part. Now, what you said in the second part was cool, but I don't need to hear it twice. And I thought to myself, how could that be? Could I have fucked that up? Moi? Is that possible? Well, I went to check it out, and god damn it, I did screw up. I posted the second part twice. Well, that's not how I normally do shit. So I immediately went to my page, my podcast page, and fixed it. Now you have part 1 and part 2 the way it should be. And I thank Mike for giving me a heads up and pointing out that I fucked up. I would rather have fucked up and been able to fix it than to just let it go and leave you hanging. So thank you, Mike, for that. And since I'm here, I might as well say those of you that don't listen to the Rational Boomer podcast, you should. I mean, if you watch me here on TikTok, hear the things I talk about, just know that the podcast is talking about the same things, but expanding on it, giving us more time for analysis and understanding what is actually going on in this country, whether it be politics or news of the day or anything like that. The Rational Boomer podcast, people will always say, how do I find it? How do I find it? It's very simple. All you go to is your web browser, punch in rationalboomer.com. And there you'll find a link tree taking you to every place you can find me, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. But it will also give you several options and several platforms to find the Rational Boomer podcast. I want to encourage you to take a listen. Give it a shot at least. If you like it, cool, stick around. A lot of people have. If you don't like it, you don't have to continue to listen. But I do a podcast every day, trying to keep people informed as best I can. So, bottom line here is I fucked up on this podcast, but I fixed it. So we all cool when it comes to this podcast. I won't fuck up tomorrow because I'll be thinking about it. And those of you that don't join us on the Rational Boomer podcast, I hope you do.